welcome back to Funtastic Friday. It is now time for Talk the Ting with Kim. Alright, so you don't know this section this week, we are continuing the topic of
dealing with rejection in relationships.
Yeah, I know Jamaicans, we kind of deal with things on a different level.
We bring up
Yeah.
in most instances.
I tell you.
I like how MV last week say, yeah man, I saw my answer the thing in my mind though. Right? I love the honesty, loved it.
People, if you don't watch it yet, go and check out last week's episode on the YouTube channel. Come here, I tell you, it's a vibe, it's a vibe.
A whole heap of things to consider, and we're talking about how women react to rejection versus how men react to rejection. The fact that, just to highlight a few of the things we mentioned, the fact that for men, most of us have experienced at some point where if a man tried to pursue you or call to you on the road, if you ignore him or you turn him down, him flip the script. And so I say, you know, if you think him there look you, although yeah, he was actually looking you. But if you think him want you and all these things, then start list all these things about you, that is not necessarily in a favorable light. Right, so we spoke about that, and then we also said as women struggle with dealing with rejection. You know, a lot of women either get very spiteful, because we're not used to being told no.
Yeah.
And how we're grown, it was not that, okay, guys can tell you no. It is that you are God's gift to creation, and as such, we should be treated as such at all times, right? So based on the discussion and the feedback from last week, persons wanted a part 2. So we decided to welcome with the part 2, but as I said every week, guys, we want a discussion, we want a conversation. Yes, we're here to educate you guys as much as, you know, based on what we find out and we research and all, but we're also looking to learn from you, because I feel like we can learn a lot from each other's experiences. So for this week, we actually are gonna focus on the experiences, because I feel like we went through the theory, we went through understanding it, why some people do it, what is right, what isn't right, all of that. But this week I want us to share some experiences, right? So if it is that you are on the live and you have an experience of being rejected and you don't mind sharing, feel free to send a voice note to our number 876-792-3530. And just look forward to us sharing some of our own experiences, and some, because we actually posted we created a post on our Instagram channel and asked persons to share their experiences. So we got a few, so we're gonna go through that and basically discuss them together, see if we think that the person was right, wrong, probably how they would have dealt with it otherwise, or how you as the listener recommend that they should have dealt with it. And also if there's stories or instances that you can relate to, right? So we're trying to be very honest, we're trying to be very open. So yes, some of us in here, you know, I'm gonna tell certain people earlier, I'm not calling no name, but she stood beside me and say, you want me to chat my business? But it's not necessarily about chatting with business, it's about just being honest and hoping that it connects with somebody out there. And that's really it. I think that we all go through experiences so we can educate somebody else, you know? So as I said, we're gonna go through some experiences. We have some recordings. We're gonna start with those, and then eventually we will share our personal experiences as well as any that comes in on the Instagram live. Or you can type out your experience too if you want. I'll read it. But if you want an easier way, just send a WhatsApp message to 876-792-3530. All right. All right, so Lana, I'm gonna ask that you play the first recording so we can hear one of those experiences.
All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop the audio clip, then we're gonna, you know, share our comments and views, then we're gonna drop on personal experience.
Yeah, we alternate it.
Yeah, so we switched up so we get a mix of everything. All right, people on the live, as Kimmie said, drop in a comment on the experience. Any, what you call it now, bad or weird or strange reaction after rejection. Either you did it or probably the person did it after you rejected them. You know, either sides, whether you were the person that acted with or them.
I love that you pointed that out, because it's always easy to point when someone else didn't react right. But I think when you can acknowledge that, listen, I did this one day and boy, I really shouldn't deal with it that way there. I love that, because that shows growth, that shows maturity, that shows the boy you realize where you went wrong. You know you can't take it back, but you know better now. Yeah. And as I said, it doesn't have to only be your experience, it can be experience of persons around you, whether it's family, loved ones, friends, you know. So just share. That's what we're doing in this segment. We're sharing.
So let's go. Listen carefully. Let's see if we can hear this one. I don't think that stated the name, but let's see.
No, well, for the ones that I saw, it's going to be anonymous.
Anonymous. All right, so let's go. Let's listen carefully. We're gonna start with this one. Came in from a young lady. So we're gonna play over that, that voice note so we can catch what's going on. IG, take time with me, please. People on the live, welcome back.
Yes, thank you for rejoining.
So we're still in the segment. We're playing an audio clip sent in by one of our listeners or viewers or followers, and sharing the experience of how persons handle rejection. And how also person reject people. Cause that's part of it as well. If you rough them up, if you just take one or you block them, what are some of the experiences you had? You can share yours by sending a voice note or drop the comments on the IG or via the text line. So let's go back to this one. All right. Here we go.
Somebody have one friend. There with this boy, and the boy have one next friend, so him friend like me. So say him link fear man link me up with the boy and say things go down. Me and the stop link. And when we stop link now, my friend man start to put argument to me. So me I say, what kind of style this? Due to the fact where every time him text me, I get dark and I say, you're there with my friend, so why would you even find it in yourself for you send me the type of messages where you send me, brother? The man vex, the man start walk and call up my name, oh I do this, and what I not do. And so me I laugh and me I say it's so funny. So true you look me, or true you did look me and me no want you. You start calling my name and sitting. So me go so boops now and tell him man, say say so and so did I put argument to me because whatever go down with such man, him I don't know what he hear or what such man tell him, but him start to pray some things in him head till it all reach to the point where him and the same girl start discuss threesome and something. So when me show the message them know with him what fear man I send me, and I say girl vex with me. Girl vex with me good. And best believe it, the man come there with one next on a fear friend where she says she our friend.
Wow.
No,
what are they?
First of all, she's a true Jamaican storyteller.
Yeah.
Jamaicans have a way to tell a story, right? So the first thing. But no, this sounds like a holy for mix-up, right?
I feel back a story this.
Because, alright, so what we want to do is point out the important parts. That was a whole lot, right? But we want to point out that that's one of the things that happen a lot to people who reject others, especially for women. It always turns to a case where them name reach a road and stories start spread and you start tell all kind of things about them when nothing no go so. But because you're hurt, your feelings, and boy you can't get her. Because most time I can't say it hasn't happened with men because I feel like it has. But from my experience, I've always heard it being, women being the victim of this. So boy, they look her, you never get through. So you start say, boy, she do with this and she have 100 man and she this and she that, and she thief clothes off a line, and you start go through something there.
Men as well. With men now they might say, boy, him abusive or him did not try.
Him not like woman. Him pretend like woman.
Turn out him did not try rape her, or him could rise. All sort of story will come after it.
Exactly. So that is the type of rejection I pick up from this story, right? So not only that, no, on top of that, the girlfriend.
She go confront her friend.
She never confront. How would you say confront? She make her know go on. So me I say, yo, this a go on, and you go vex with her too. Yeah. Right? I never get the logic behind that, but I was focusing on the rejection part. So this is an example of a bad way to deal with rejection. Not because you don't get what you want or who you want, give you the right to go spread propaganda. So as Jada said earlier, defame nobody's name, slander nobody. And they can't just out here make up story. Actually, I have a personal experience like that. Right? I worked somewhere. And there was this guy, a seemingly nice guy, right, asked me out one day. And I said, no, man, not interested. But very nicely. Come and say, I don't really did it done nobody son type of
try
thing.
to be nice.
I understand. So, enough feelings. I don't really want, I don't nobody lay with me for stone me at the time. So, I will politely tell you, but I'm going to tell you.
Right.
Anyways, I'm here existing in my own world. And then one day, it was a lady that served lunch at work. Tell my brother, because my brother did work there at the time. And she said, so I see your sister, I observe, I like her and stuff. And that's time I got to tell you this now. So that you that spread say him and her there and how much thing him and her do. And how I need my brother come back and tell me.
Yeah.
Apparently he was doing this for some time.
Oh.
I tell people me and him do things and me and him do that and all kind of things I'm doing me. I was genuinely shocked. I was shocked.
Boy.
Right, and it's not like even if we turn him down like we're enemies, not like we'd still heal each other, we'd still joke. So there was no bad vibe. As far as me know,
on your side,
there was no bad vibe. Come on, still hailing my yo, walk go on, very joke 2 times. But apparently this dude was telling people all sorts of what me never know.
Imagine how that looks to other people, because now you hailing him and talking to him just
right? Exactly. So them sister me and heal and go on a joke and say, for real something not going to say, man. Guys, when I was told, it just lit me for 6 becoming the point. Yo, where this come from? I've never seen myself as like a victim. I've never imagined that I'd be one of those people
victim of slander.
Yeah.
They hear rumors about yourself.
They hear rumors about
you pulled for such a far repressed, it's not even that far, it's just a repressed memory.
Yeah.
Jeez, Kimmie!
We have a submission from Tori. We're gonna play that soon. I think we're gonna save that for the second half. We have one more coming up soon, but Kim said that's based on her experience. MV, Jada, you have any experience like that?
Okay, yes I do.
Jada said I wanted it deep in her memory.
Jesus!
All the father calling.
Listen to me, it put me through something. So, I rejected somebody. Back when I was in 6th form, lower 6, just new to the school. I attended an all-boys institution in 6th form and new to the school, so I wasn't really like friendly, talkative to anybody. You come up to me, you talk to me, and cordial. So first day, I don't reach it. I don't get the uniform to say I'm a Georgian. I don't get it yet. Somebody come up because I'm looking for the head prefect or the head.
You look for somebody.
I look for somebody, and the guy comes up. So me, I look for.
Okay. Alright.
I go. And I maybe how I said it, because I know it's not what I said, because it's how I said it and probably how I looked. I have a thing with my face.
Yeah.
So
woman have the stink face with them put on, yeah.
And I said no. And him stand up and it's like who dare me to tell him no?
Yeah.
So I didn't find who I was looking for, and my mom called same time that I should leave now because she's waiting outside. Man, as soon as I started the school the week of, so let's say we started school
So you're coming in for Monday orientation, the following Monday now?
No, it wasn't orientation, it was like you're picking up your package.
Okay, so you're coming on a Monday?
Yeah.
It wasn't Monday, guys. It was like August. So we're in there August, and Monday was the orientation, and then by Friday now when the week finished, and you're in the school, so you say you've been there a week.
Yeah.
Friday somebody joined me one side to and say,
talk loud.
Talk loud for the
I'm saying, such and such and such. I said, who? They're like, they're spreading, they had what the term that they use, they held a conference. Pardon? New to the school, new to the school. They held a conference about who I was with and who I was talking to and who I wasn't talking to, and apparently the whole, the whole thing, and I was
just can you tell the man no?
And I was when I told it, I became so livid. I got up same time eating lunch. No, this is where I
know Jada get up from her lunch, it's serious.
Yeah, it's serious, because she gets up left food.
Yeah.
Leave the food, leave the bag, leave the phone, leave everything.
That's unbelievable. She said she leave the food.
No, I left the food there. Because some other friends were there. So I still come back. I have the piece of chicken chewing.
You look for the guy?
I went. No, it wasn't KFC.
It's radio people. So we don't want Jada to tell us what she did to the guy.
They don't do anything to the guy.
Right, good,
I went to my dean. That's how I handled it after that.
Okay, you went to the dean. Okay.
I had to get the dean involved because it became this whole thing with memes start making.
Memes?
Memes start making. and they were being sent out. And I think even one day I glimpsed one of them on social media like that. It was like that. I don't remember. It was like Jada. I said I'm not easy, and then they put the SpongeBob knock open sesame.
Oh snap!
Wow.
Oh man! Listen to me. I mean, Kati says she could hardly hear the audio voice note earlier. Alright, people, if you're not hearing, let me know from early so we can try fix it up. And she says that's so wrong, spreading rumors. That's true.
It is.
And it's like, guys, if you've ever been a victim of it, it shock you.
It shocks you. It hurts. Listen to me, it hurts because
I never approached him, you know. I never said nothing to her.
Jada said she said no.
No, she talked to the guy. I just say, you know what? Let sleeping dogs lie. People will know what is what.
One word that consumes, one phrase I should say that consumes all of that whole rumor spreading thing. But you know what Jamaican say? Fox can't get the grape. Him say it sour. So them start spreading just because them don't get the chance, you know. All sort of lies and rumor. Why
the dean had to get involved, people had to get involved, the principal got involved. Kimmie, you drop your very
bring down the whole of the school.
And then my mother is know Miss Jen. She was not playing. She was not playing, but I mean
She's seen another memes.
She saw them. I think I showed her one, but it's not.
Jada, I'm gonna filter them before she throw Miss Jen. Alright, we're gonna go to the second voice note here. Another voice note that was sent in from one of our listeners, followers. Let's see here. Let's see. Listen carefully, guys. Let's see if I can turn this one up a notch.
Let us know if you're hearing.
Alright.
I really don't have any personal stories of where I experienced somebody doing that to me. I probably was the person who had the bad reaction. So my story would be that my ex-girlfriend, I mean, at the time we were together for like 10 years, living together and those sort of things. But, you know, of course, having our little struggles. And she ended up spending the night over at her co-worker's house, a male co-worker, claimed she fell asleep. And basically 2 days later was by the same co-worker's place. And of course, me being in my very highly emotional state, got an idea of which community it was, which was Huenden. Jump in my car, drive around Huenden till I found her car. And there were no logical thoughts going through my mind, you know. It was just, should I crash in her car? Should I throw a big stone in there? You know, should I go knock on this gate, fling something at the house? But thank God for good friends, because I called my best friend and he and his wife advised me to leave. The words were, nothing good will come of this. Go home. And they called me and he called me back to make sure I got home. And so nothing bad really happened, you know. I just got home, had to just pack her stuff. I couldn't stay still. So, but in that moment I had a bad reaction, I think, but highly, highly, highly emotional. But done to me, I don't really know.
Wow.
Alright, so for those who know the wind in the background was a bit.
It started nicely with the birds. That's like the background sounded very nice.
And then him just start driving the faster.
Hey,
him know what we hear.
Breeze, I believe in the part of the album, I tell you.
The breeze was rejecting and the breeze was talking out. But for those who didn't hear, what he's saying is that he had a girlfriend, they were living together for 10 years, something like that, right? And then he said one night she didn't come home, she accidentally fell asleep at a male co-worker's house.
So you reach at a place you fall asleep.
Accidentally.
Unless she trip at the door and Japan.
She probably visit and them play games night or something and just doze. I don't know.
I better be waking up games. Can't be sleeping games.
And then he said 2 days after she was back at the same male co-worker's house. And him hear about it and him do the little investigation. I find out where homeboy live. We drove there and was driving around the community trying to find where she is till him spot her car. Now him say when him see the car, he said nothing illogical was crossed. Nothing logical was crossed in his mind. He might think about when I crash into the car, should him throw a stone in the car, should him throw a stone in the house. He might think all these things. Him say him call him best friend and him wife and his wife, his best friend's wife. Tell him, say no, just leave. Nothing good is gonna come of it. So, make no sense to do none of that, just go home. And he said, alright, go home. him actually love that they stopped him from doing anything. However, when he go and pack up our stuff, because him just, him feel all kind of way, emotional, everything. So he just pack up our things, right? So that's really what he expressed.
So rule number one, you know, in life especially, one thing to note, always have good friends. Try and ensure you have good, positive friends.
And call them. Not only have them in a call them.
No, not just call them. Second thing, also ensure you have credit. Very good to have credit, because if you never have no credit, you could call a body. Right? So with that here, probably you get arrested and all these things. I'm going to mash up the car and so. So have good friends and then also have credit. Make calls. You can make a call.
Or tune into Funtastic every Friday for win credit.
We see them all the steps them one. We're giving the good friends and then we're giving the credit.
We're helping them with the credits, right?
So, we got you covered.
But I love this one because usually, as I said earlier, it's easier to point fingers and say, oh, other people always do this. I love that he was honest to say, listen, I think my reaction wasn't the greatest. You know, him got him never the worst, but in there are things, you know.
My thing is that a rejection or a betrayal?
It is a rejection.
It's
both of them, because bear in mind now, if you and I are in a relationship and you have to seek external anything, mega feel like you reject mine.
And then
you reject me.
Yeah, you reject me because you're gone somewhere else.
And betrayed me.
And then,
exactly.
And then based on how the story go on, it never seemed like she was kind of, you know, subtle in the whole movement.
Or remorseful because first you fall asleep.
Yeah, and
then 2 days after.
And I've not spoken to you.
Exactly.
So,
and then 2 days after you're gone back there. So that's a definite rejection. Come with address. So that to me, because when I listened to it, I was wondering for real, is it rejection? But it really is, because I said you're expecting your partner to come to you for everything. So once I go to anybody else for anything, you are technically being rejected, right?
Do not call me.
Alright, we know Jada have no fear for whatever the on D&D, so she don't get no call. What do you mean? I tell her I said me have 5,000 for care, but it did never pick up, so let's be glad. Anyway, so so Carty Shakespeare says serious rejection and betrayal that I go on this up. And you hear these things cause murder.
It does. 10 years.
But the thing is that people, you see, people have to find ways to calm ourselves down. Him kind of was living in the situation. If she lived near her or lived next to her, I was probably face to face, probably, you know, it would have gotten worse. But look, drive out, him start search and investigate. That time, by the time him done, he must get a little calm down to say, let me calm my friend.
I don't think if they calm down yet.
I think it was calm, but it just
you have to be calm if you're going to take up your phone and call a friend. I not think about call no friend to ask them no opinion if me live it already if you attack. You get what I'm saying?
Find a car. No, let me see if I can put myself in his shoes, like how best I can. I'm driving around looking for this man, and I find this man at this girl's house, and I'm gonna be like,
I think all these things for do.
I'm like, that's not the car. So I have to call. I have to go ring, call my friend. Girl. I'm gonna put it in.
Remember, say your girlfriend, well, your boyfriend car. So
right,
you
I'm
would
gonna
know
call
your
my.
boyfriend
No,
car.
because then you would be in disbelief in a way. Like, is that really?
Yes, so she say I cannot carry out. I mean, we know the license plate at the back of my hand, but I still cannot carry it.
You know the dead with the bumper right there. So,
I must money a driving car.
I must right.
But like Jada answer say, but me not lie. You ever shot about she not call her friend them calm. Good luck, call her friend and say, Kerry, come here. Exactly. But I understand the attempt though. But trust me, you know, it took him some time to calm down, but gladly enough he did. You know?
Good.
As I said, I'm not different to call.
Envy. Oh, you really deal with that envy.
Show you why you.
With that said, people, we're gonna go to the break. Don't go anywhere. Funtastic Friday continues. Those on the live, those on the IG. Drop your comments.
Share your experiences.
Share your experiences. We'll be right back. Kim, go and tag the team.